Hi, good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. We didn't get rain for the last couple of days like they first predicted, although it's been windy. It's still sunny, so I would encourage you to get out and get some fresh air if you can. Today is Wednesday, and often in churches there is either midweek prayer or Bible study. But lately, churches have had to do this via Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Facebook. But truth be told, I think that's pretty cool. So, in keeping the praise and positivity going this week, I wanted to share a few things with you this morning. First, even though the virus is still here disrupting our lives, we are slowly seeing New Jersey as well as other states reopening some of their places. Of course, we still need to be cautious and continue to practice social distancing and even staying home because that's the best protection. But it does seem promising. Let's hope that it continues on this path. So, yeah, let's praise that for sure, right? However, yeah, there is still fear, particularly because there is still so much we don't know about this virus. There is still isolation because we still have to continue to shelter in our homes. There is still panic buying. Yes, there is still sickness as this virus is highly contagious and still very present in our midst. And yes, there is still, sadly, so sadly, death. But they say that in China, after so many years of noise, you can hear the birds again. They say that after just a few weeks of quiet, the sky is no longer thick with fumes, but blue and gray and clear. They say in India you can see without all that smog, and the magnificent Himalayas are once again visible. They say that in the streets of Assisi, Italy, people are singing to each other across the empty squares, keeping their windows open so that those that are alone may hear the sound of family around them. They say that in Amsterdam, kids are riding their bicycles across bridges that before were so packed with tourists that it made it dangerous. They say that in a hotel in the west of Ireland, they're offering free meals and delivery to the housebound. Churches, synagogues, mosques, temples closed for services are doing worship in bold new technological ways and reaching all sorts of folks they never did before. All over the world, people are slowing down and reflecting. All over the world, people are looking at their neighbors in a new way. All over the world, people are waking up every morning to a new reality, recognizing how small and fragile our world really is, and how big we can become as human beings. And we are discovering how little control we really have, and hopefully learning what really matters. And so we praise, we lift our hearts and our hands and praise all of that, even as we remember, yes, there is fear, but there doesn't have to be hate. Yeah, there's isolation, but there doesn't have to be loneliness. Yeah, there is still panic buying, but there doesn't have to be meanness. Yes, there is sickness, even death, but there can also be a rebirth of compassion, community, understanding, togetherness, love. So today, we have the opportunity to make choices as to how to live right now in this moment in time we have been given. And although it's not what any of us planned for, hoped for, expected, I say let's try and make the most of it. Today, stop and just breathe. Listen beyond the noises of your fear and worry and frustration. Tune out that cacophony of voices pulling you in all sorts of directions. Shut off the TV, the news, the computer, and just be still for a moment. Do you hear it? The birds are indeed singing again. The sky is clearing. The waters are becoming renewed with life. Spring, my friends, is here. Open the windows of your soul. Rejoice. that we have a new day in which we get to celebrate life, even as we mourn for those who can't or won't. And though you can only see others across the screen of your phone or computer, we can still embrace our togetherness. We can still share our lives. We can still pray for one another. We can find what unites us. Send each other good thoughts and messages of hope and love. We can be one in our spirits because we are all part of this wonderful family of God. In fact, my friend Patty invited me to join a Facebook group called View from My Window, and that's exactly what it is. Folks all around the world in quarantine like us simply post a picture looking out their window, and it has been awesome. Some places are very beautiful. Some have these views that are breathtaking. Others are simple. Some are even just the wall of the next apartment building. But the beauty of it is that it has connected all of us in this shared experience. I'm so grateful she invited me to join because whether we realize it or not, we are all connected. So today, I want you to try and remember something. This time we're going through, it's just a brief episode in the scope of our lives. There is still so much more for us to do and live through. And believe it or not, there will be a day when this pandemic will become just a memory. Until then, I'm going to give you a verse to think on. This verse is one of my life verses. I had it read both at my licensing and ordination, and it pretty much sums up who I am. And maybe it can become yours too. It's Philippians 3, and it's verses 12 through 14. Many of you even probably know it by heart, but I want you to listen to the version from the Message. I'm not saying that I have all this together, that I have it made, but I am well on my way, reaching out for Christ, who has so wondrously reached out for me. Friends, don't get me wrong. By no means do I count myself an expert in all of this, but I've got my eye on the goal where God is beckoning us onward to Jesus. So I'm off and running, and I'm not turning back. It's Wednesday, May 20th. I say, let's keep going. Let's shout out some praises and offer up some prayers. Let's keep our eyes focused on Christ. And let's not turn back to what was. Instead, let's look forward to what is to come. Let's keep hope alive. So stay home and stay safe, my friends. Keep washing your hands, wearing your masks, and remember to use caution when you do go out. We can do this. We can flatten that curve and get on with our lives. Find your blessing today and know I do love you and I'm praying for you. And I will see you tomorrow. Hang in there. Peace.